Well, we're back live at Stets. Headley Cup Final 2019. Stets 88 for 3, actually 60 runs in the lead. They were all out for 186 actually, and bowled Manchester out for 214. They are now 88 for 3. They lead by 60 runs. Hanniford from the pavilion and bowling to Simpson, Lennox Simpson, Lobby as he's called. And the non-strikers then is Xavier Burton, the captain of the Stets team. And that one is put down. A life for Simpson. So lucky for him. Looks as if they have a problem against a spin. Shouts from the pavilion for Lobby to get it right. Now Stets, they will have to pile on the runs this afternoon. They have actually 33 minutes to go if the light permits. And they can only, in my estimation, bat until lunchtime tomorrow to get a chance of winning outright. Forward defensive stroke there from Simpson. Down to mid-off. No run. Manchester certainly not in any hurry to get this thing going. Time is on their side. They've taken first innings, and if anything happens and the match is not completed, they would have won the Headley Cup for 2019. A drive down to long off and they go through for a single. This brings Burton now at the striker's end. Hanniford has been bowling unchanged from this end. He's a spinner, he can do that. The pace, they are allowed only 8 overs per session. Forward comes Burton, looking quite comfortable. But he should have on the back of his mind that he needs to score runs. Need to score quickly too, so that Stets will have a chance of bowling Manchester out in their second innings. And this pitch looks pretty flat. You have to come and bend your backs as a pace bowler to get something. You have to really be turning the ball as a spinner, because there are no devils in this pitch. So it's up to the bowler to plan how to uproot the batsman. And then it's up to Simpson now to work out how he's going to survive. Looks like Bartley. Fluent drive into the covers, but nothing coming of it. The fielder was around quickly. And no run. Still 88 for 3. Oh, good delivery. The leg break. Simpson went there, withdrew the bat quickly because he knew there was danger. 2 slips. Manchester employing 2 slips. Here he comes short and he's working that backward of square to go through for a quick single, not thinking about a second, and they are safe. Bright sunshine here at Stets this afternoon compared to yesterday afternoon, when by this time the match was called off because it was raining. 30 minutes to go. 30 minutes to close the play on the second day. If light permits, Bartley into Burton is coming forward, the ball taking the inner half of the bat and going to short mid-wicket. No run. And he's driving that one into the mid-on area, but not getting past the fielder. And the scoreboard not ticking over at all. Just a quick view of one of the lighting pylons here and the tuck shop in the background. Many of you will remember the bleachers, right behind the bleachers. That building we're looking at there is the what you know as the Art and Craft Center, and behind that blue roof is a block that was placed on the boys' bathroom behind the auditorium, and to the other side of that blue roof there is a gazebo, and beyond that the 3-story building housing the library, the chemistry lab, and some classrooms. We had a breaking transmission disturbed by people who don't want to come to the games and expect to be provided with information every step of the way. Hanniford. That is punched down to mid-off by Simpson. No run there. Hanniford again to Simpson, is right back and driving that on the onside past the bowler down to long on, and they get a single. I can hear the coach of forward Bertram Barry Mackie Barnes telling his fielder, actually the bowler Hanniford, to stop that one. Should not have let that one through. This brings Burton to face now. Hanniford into Burton. Burton is on the front foot, the outside edge going down to the only man in the slip. Is in a second slip position, and no run there. Burton again getting ready to face Hanniford. Back for drive, back to the bowler, not timed. Feet not well placed so that he is balanced to play that shot. The end of the over. Still need quick runs. There should have been at least 110 right here now. The umpires in the middle conferring again. Don't know what they're talking about. They're hurrying to get into their positions. Campbell at the bowler's end, and Francis at square leg. Bartley now getting ready to bowl to Simpson. Fluent drive to extra cover. No run. That one is going through the covers, down on the boundary. They're thinking about the second one. They're coming back quickly, and yes, on the misfield, the man on the cover boundary did not do a good job. And the return was a sloppy one coming in, and they took advantage of it and completed the second run. So it is someone is blocking the scoreboard, waiting for him to put the score up. But in the meantime, Burton is on 26 and Simpson is on 16. It's 95 for 3. 95 for 3. The only problem is that time is not on Stets' side. Bartley tries a sweep shot. It's running way down towards the boundary. The fielder's chasing after it, but he won't get it. Into the boundary for 4. He got a touch onto it, apparently, and on the edge. And Matthew was chasing that for all he was worth, but he was just going to retrieve as the ball rolled into the rope. Umpire signal 4. Bartley to Simpson. Short, and there's an appeal for LBW, and he's been given out by the umpire. Didn't push out as far as he should. That one spun back and hit him, and the umpire said yes. So off Simpson goes. LBW to Bartley for 12. Oh, the scoreboard says 19. There is no review. I see they're sending in a night watchman. That's Blake, one of the pace bowlers. He can give it a long handle. $99 for 4 Stets. It's been a very long time that Stets have not found themselves in this position. Many people are remarking that they are overconfident. Many people are saying that they've won it so many times that it doesn't really matter. And I'm really wondering, because I saw them last year when they won it. It's as if it was nothing. There was no enthusiasm, even when they were posing with the cup. It's as if, hey, this is nothing. We've won it so many times that there needs not be any excitement. But it shouldn't be. 1979 was the first. Every game you play must be as if it's your first Headley Cup and you want to win it. Burton to face Honeyford. That was the last ball of the over from Bartley. And he's driving off the inside edge, going to short mid-wicket. Well fielded. They are forced to remain in their grounds, and Hanniford prepares again to come and bowl to Burton. Short, and Burton is on the front foot, pushing it back down the pitch. Hanniford feels quite comfortably, and the score remains on 99 for 4. Oh, on the back foot. Out into the extra cover region. Not troubling the score with that shot at all, Burton. Here Hanniford comes again. Shot, and Burton is driving that one straight to the fielder again at extra cover. And nothing happens. He should be timing that, finding the gap as a spectator is shouting. Had he found the gap, that would have been 4 runs. Here comes Hanniford again, and he's coming forward and playing that into a short mid-wicket area, and they can't get a run. That's down the ground for Wonder Man at long off. That's coming in a couple of meters off the boundary. It's the end of the over. It's a 100 for 4. Stets take away 28 from that. Those people who are good at maths will know that is the score Stets are at, and they've lost 4 wickets. Certainly I wouldn't ask a face what the total is. He probably wouldn't know, but I'm sure Scare over there in Canada, the maths prof, he would have known. 100 for 4, actually 72 in the lead, but they've lost 4 wicket steads. Long off, long on, 2 slips, mid wicket, backward square leg, point. That's driven down the ground now again by Burton, and they just trot through for that single. They're going for a talk in the middle there. The night watchman, well, actually they just touch gloves. Let us see what is going to be happening here. Sun is behind a cloud and not as bright as it should be, but the light is legal for spin bowlers, so the game will continue. Blake to face. Blake is one of the pace bowlers, but he can hit it long. Just rolling the wrist into short square leg position. That one went, and no run there. Bartlett to Blake, and Blake is letting that one go outside the off stump. Looked like a leg break pitched on middle and off, and going away, and Blake just shouldered arms and watched it as it went by. Bartlett again. He's driving through the covers. They cross over and they're coming back for a second. The fielder gets around to it, picks it up. Here comes the throw. And they have taken 2 shouts from the pavilion. Go on, Blakey. He's the man who bowled very well, and I think he got only 2 wickets. Bartlett to Blake. Short. Oh my goodness, and that one crept, and he was able to keep it out. And they go through for a single. Well done by the batsman. It was a fast Yorker length delivery, and it was on the front foot, just nudging that out into the covers, and they were able to cross for the single. So that means that Blake is going to be on a strike to Hanniford. What will he do about that? Because Hanniford bowls at a very nagging length, and I'm sure that Blake is cognizant of the fact that quick runs are needed. And in as much as he's the night watchman, I'm sure he will be thinking of giving it the long handle, over long off, over long on. The Manchester fielders not in any hurry to get into position, because like I said, time is on their side. But I believe in their second innings they're going to be seeing a different stats, because at close this afternoon, Clive Lazar Legister will have some things to say to them, backed by Junior Bennett. Hanniford to Blake. Oh, that one is keeping a bit low, and that should be a worrying sign for Homewood. Sorry for Manchester, because they are going to be batting on this pitch last, and if it keeps low, they are going to be in serious problems. Hanniford getting ready again to bowl to Blake. Delivers, and Blake is just driving that one back down the pitch. A funny looking stroke, because I'm thinking that he just used his wrist to play it back down past the bowler. Hanniford didn't get down in time, and he went down too long off, and they were able to get a single. Brings Burton on strike now. Coming forward, playing that into the mid-off position. Hanniford not leaving it to his fielder, but he went around to his left, picked it up quite cleanly, headed back to his mark, turns now, ready to do battle with Burton again. short, but that one came back quickly at Burton. He was shaping to pull, but it came back so quickly at him. Lucky for him that he didn't spoon up into the air, or he didn't drag it onto his stumps from the under edge. But he lives to fight again as Hanniford prepares to come in to bowl to him one more time. Lovely shot for one. Not finding the gap at all. Not finding the gap is Burton. Were he able to find the gap, that would have been 4 runs, because the man at long off would not have been able to get around to his left, and the man at deep extra cover would have been in problems to get around there as well. Oh, there's a question being asked. Blake came forward. They thought he dragged his back leg. The Bears were whipped off, but the umpire never even paid him any mind. Just walked into his position to be at the bowler's end at the end of that over. 106 for 4. Better score this time around than in their first innings. I believe had they batted as well in the first innings as they're doing now, they would have been in a better position. They won the toss, and I believe that with the moisture in the pitch, they would have taken first strike, but instead they hardly ever win a toss and put the opposition in. I remember the days when they had 4 fast bowlers. They would have done that, but 2 fast bowlers and a medium trundler, they didn't want to take the chance. Here's badly shot, and Burton is on the back foot, bang that one. It goes to extra cover. The fielder fields cleanly, threatens to throw the stumps down, but Burton did not leave his ground. In his stance again, ready to face Bartley. Bartley stop. Here he comes once more. A beautiful shot by Burton. It's running into the boundary. It's limping. Will it get there? I think it does. Right about now. Just in front of the scoreboard. The coach telling Bartley that the line they're wrong. Wrong line. Can't bowl in the man's leg stump. And you have nobody at backward square leg. You'd have to chase to retrieve from the boundary, and that is exactly what he did. 110 for 4. Here he comes, Bartley. Forward goes Burton. You probably can hear the solid sound of ball against bat. 10 minutes by my watch to go. Close of play is 6 o'clock. Bartley, and he's driving that down to long on. Burton is just jogging the single as the return comes in to the bowler. Bartley to Blake. Going forward off the outer edge of the bat into the covers. He was never interested in a run. The score remains on. That's 111. Oh, he full toss. He wasn't sure what to do with it, and he just patted it down to extra cover. End of the over. 111 for 4. Burton on a 33 and a Blake on 5. I think they have 2 overs left to be bowled in the day's play. Should bowl 100 overs or time. I hear Coach Barry Barnes saying speed it up so we can get in 2 more. There he is going out on the field to talk to them. Former Stets medium pace and middle order batsman Bertram Barry Mackie Barnes going to talk to his fielders. Forward goes Burton into mid-on. Hanniford ever wanting to have the ball in his grasp, feeling to his own bowling. Forward comes Burton again. Hanniford not taking any chances, trying to get ahead of the man at wide mid-on, coming around to pick it up. Forward he goes, Burton. Batting probably for time. He wants to come back tomorrow morning. I think tomorrow morning this pitch could be playing differently than it is right now. Hanniford to Burton. Short, and Burton is coming forward, working that into a short mid-wicket area. Fielder is around swiftly, and there is no run. I don't know why Barnes is worried. He's actually ahead. End of the over. I thought Burton would have, stolen that so that he could face the next over, but he has left to Blake to face it. He has a whole lot of confidence in him. There's Mackie Barnes again at the edge of the ropes. He's in a very good position, but he seems quite nervous, jittery. I remember the days when he used to play for Stets. He used to bowl a stiff bouncer, as the boys say, and he could hit the ball long and hard. Blake again. Seems as if the two Stets batsmen are playing for time, but the coach from Manchester wants something to happen. He's calling for a helmet, wants to put somebody on the Blake's bat. But that is off the edge, eluding the man at slipper. They root into the boundary now. 4 runs. That was close call for Blake. It eluded Matthew at first slip. He went for it, past his outstretched right hand, and they have shifted him now to second slip. Blake is not mindful of that. He has a chance. He scored 4 runs, and I'm sure he wants to be there. Here he is to face Bartley again. Oh, forward he comes, and the pavilion loves that. Rolls it out to extra cover. And I hear, stay the Blake, stay the Blake. Oh, and it's through Matthew again, down to short a third man. And they get a single for that. Pavilion is checking. They say 1 ball to go in this over. Let me see how accurate they are. Bartley to Burton. Burton is driving that into extra cover. The end of the over.
And that's time. Wait!
Looks like 1 more over. Looks like one more over to go. So we'll stay here until the close of play. I hear people bawling out a bad light, but the light is actually still good. They probably would have considered it had a pace bowler been on, but 116 for 4. Hanniford again. I think he's bowled unchanged to Blake. Short, and Blake is just pushing that into the mid-off here. Hanniford goes around to his left to pick up. People saying it's the last over. Hanniford to Blake. Oh, Blake is just back and pushing that one into the extra cover region.
Andre.
That was officially into the silly mid-on area. Maybe the final over until close of play on the second day. Hanniford to Blake. Blake is just stopping that one. The umpire, the bowlers, and signaling to square leg. Looks as if it's one delivery to go. Hanniford to Blake. Oh, and Blake is just playing that down into the point area. We apologize for that temporary break. Doc Little calling to find out what the score is, but I can't tell him since he's not logged into the YouTube channel. I'll have to wait until the last over. I believe this is going to be definitely Burton forward defensively. Burton is being told by the pavilion that he has a whole day tomorrow, which he doesn't have, because if he does that, he'd lose. Driving that one down the long on, they go through for a single. Encouragement being shouted to Blake from the stands. 117 for 4. Wide outside the off stump. Blake has absolutely no interest in that. Stopping that one, and the umpire lifts the bails. It's the end of the second day's play with the situation that sets 187 their first innings. Manchester 214 in their first innings, and sets a deficit of 28, 117 for 4. Burton still there on 34, and Blake on 10. So that's the way the situation is. We hope to be back with you tomorrow morning for the start of the final day, where Stets really need to accumulate some runs and to give Manchester an opportunity to chase, because if they do not, they are going to be in serious problems. They would have lost the Headley Cup because Manchester, they are ahead on first innings, and first innings can decide it. So until tomorrow morning on this same YouTube channel, the USA Alumni Inc., from the Technical in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, this is Ainsley Clark saying bye-bye until tomorrow morning.